back like we never left. You know the vibes. Another episode of the Dos Yonkos podcast with your boy SV, Sammy VinSmoke, and my boy Deion-Deion Chopper. Deion, was cracking?
Not too much, V. How you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm chilling. You know what it is. So we got a couple things talking today. We're mainly talking Fire Force because this shit is really interesting to me. I think this shit is super tight. So we're going to talk about some Fire Force. We're also going to talk about some other general topics like how you get into anime and how you consume it. So yeah, that's on the docket for today.
Yo, I love that. So we want to start off with the process of how you get into anime.
Yeah, we could do that.
Or we want to just like jump in with Fire Force because honestly,
let's leave that. Let's leave Fire Force for the middle. Let's start with something first.
It's so tough because I fired up some Fire Force today. So we'll mix it up. So, this boy Sammy spoke about Fire Force, and I was watching a lot of TikToks, and I kind of saw some things. So I'm like, man, I really want to watch this anime. So when it came down to it, I loaded up Fire Force on Hulu. I know there's a bunch of different types of viewing options that you can, like Crunchyroll and whatever. But when I fired it up, it got me thinking on how do you consume your content or your anime. Like for me personally, I said in the last episode, but I always make a bowl of ramen and get a drink, and I sit down and I start it up. I watch the intro, the full intro. I start it over again. So then I can listen to the music of the intro and kind of get a second look at the intro. Because I feel like some intros give away too much of the anime, right?
They do.
Like they be leaking like too much.
A lot of them. Yeah, a lot.
So I always try to watch that and like see how it feels when I'm watching it. I'm like, all right, are they giving away some stuff? And is there stuff that I can see in the first episode that they're putting in this intro? Or is this like a specific, like some animes have like very specific intros to their episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever like noticed that for yourself.
Yeah, I definitely seen that shit before. Or intros will change based on what happened in the story.
So yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, sometimes they change, sometimes they don't. But anyway, I sit down, I watch them joints, and then I watch the whole thing, right? And then when it gets to the end, I watch if they give you a preview of the next season, which I kind of enjoy. I'm not gonna lie. Are you a fan of getting the preview of the next season?
Yeah, I love the preview. I love that shit, bro. That classic Next Time on Dragon Ball Z, bro. That's the best. That's the best. You gotta watch that shit. It's a must.
So I wait and see if they have that transition to on the next episode, and then I listen and watch the final like playing outro, whatever, or if it comes before, I sit and watch that whole thing. And that's how I watch the first episode. Now, every episode after that, I do not care.
Yeah.
But when I'm starting into an episode, I have to watch everything and peep the soundtracks and peep the music.
Yeah, I feel that.
How about yourself, man? How do you do the same?
Yeah, if it's a first episode, like if it's episode 1, I definitely watch like the full intro, then you watch the episode, you watch the full ending, and then you watch that shit. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, you got to. But every time after that, it depends on like what the opening song is. Like if the opening is good, I'll watch it every time. Like most One Piece intro openings, I watch every time. All Black Clover openings, I watch every time because they're always so good. So I always watch them if they're good. And then endings, I'll only watch them if they're good. But most endings I skip, to be honest, because they're not really that great.
Now, what makes it good though? Like, what makes the intro good? Is it like the animation, or is it just like
most of the time it's the song for me? I don't care about what they're showing because most of the time it's not canon. Like they'll show shit, people fighting, and not even gonna fight, other random stuff. Like it's cool to look at, but it's not really like the opening for me is solely based on the music.
Okay. Now, do you feel like so for me, I feel like an intro is more than a trailer. Like it kind of sets a precedent for if I'm gonna honestly like the anime. If I watch the intro and I'm like, wow, this is a dope ass intro, and then I'm gonna watch the anime, and like 9 times out of 10, it's a dope ass anime. But if I watch the intro and I'm like, this intro's ass, I kind of don't even give any of the rest of it the time of day.
Yeah, I feel you.
The only one I want to say kind of wasn't like that was I didn't think that the Fate Zero intro was the greatest.
Yeah.
But the anime was dope. like the
whole. I can't remember the opening, but I know the show was tight when I watched it. I was like, it's just tight.
Exactly. You can't remember the intro.
Yeah,
but you know the rest of the joint was tight.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it's crazy, like how much of an intro can set a precedent for the rest of your anime viewing.
Yeah, bro, it's the song. If the opening is if it's season 1, episode 1 of an anime, and the song is bad, I'm not watching it. I'm sorry. I'll be like, what? You picked the bad opening, season 1, episode 1? I'm sorry, I can't watch.
Like, that's a whole different statement for putting your best foot forward.
Yeah, you have to. That's the first thing. That's the first thing I'm judging. Is the opening, and you're gonna make it bad. I'm not even gonna make it through.
Yeah. It's like,
and that doesn't even mean like it doesn't even mean like the animation in the opening could be subpar because they don't want to show too much, is whatever the case may be. That's fine. The song has to be good or at least decent. It can't be bad. It can't be bad.
It's just like, if your song is bad,
yeah, bro,
just
I'm
quit
sorry.
writing anime.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a process for, like, do you have a tradition or anything like I do where you have to wear like a certain like shirt, or you have a certain like setting, or like it has to be a specific time of the day or a weekend that you watch? Like, do you have anything kind of particular like that?
Not really.
So I'm just a weirdo.
Yeah, I don't know if I say that. I just be watching this shit whenever. I guess when I do read One Piece chapters, I usually smacked when I do it. So I guess that's a tradition I do. But that's just how it comes out in the morning. So that's usually the thing. So that's probably it. Like, I don't have a tradition where like I'm gonna watch this new episode, I'm gonna like get some food. Like, I might eat, but it's not like everything I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
So you kind of just throw it on and digest.
Yeah, I just be watching the show whenever.
Yeah. So for everyone who is listening to the podcast, I stream, and on my stream away, it says prep, and what prep really means is Sunday is anime. And I have to let everyone know that every Sunday I watch at least 5 episodes of anime, and I make it a specific time that I can do that, so I can just sit down in like pajamas, usually my boxers, and I get my little bowl of ramen, I get my drink, I set it up on the big screen, I have the music really loud, so I'm with Sam on that. I got the music bumping. Usually my girlfriend's like, does it have to be this loud? You're reading subtitles. And I'm like, it don't matter. She might be right, but it's great.
That's so funny.
And I just kind of vibe out. And that's just my Sunday. Sunday is for the funs of the day, aka anime. All right, that's what's up. So let's jump into Fire Force, boss. Let's get there.
Yeah, let's talk about this shit.
All right. So I actually wrote notes on this because I'm like, I've never tried to digest an anime for a podcast before. Yeah. And
so how far did you, what did you watch?
I watched 4 episodes.
Okay, valid. Because I think I've watched past that. I think I'm on 8, but I don't really remember.
Okay. So
I didn't finish though.
So we're pretty close. And people, this is a podcast that does spoil. So we're putting a disclaimer right now. If you haven't watched it and you don't want it to be spoiled, please pause the podcast, get to episode 8, and then come back and listen.
Yeah. Well, anything I'm going to say is not going to be really that spoilery. I'm just going to talk about in more generalities. I didn't know how far you got, so that's what when I wrote my shit, I wrote it mostly general shit.
I mean, fine. You can say whatever you want, because I'll watch it. I'm already 4 episodes deep. I love the beginning. I love the first episode, but I'm just letting the people who are listening that we will spoil this shit. Because that's the point. So you better be caught up. You better have done your homework for this. Because don't come to this podcast weak sauce. don't be a warlord out here in these streets. We're fucking with the Yonkos out here.
You can't be a warlord in the streets. You can't be a buggy in the streets.
You can't
when there's fucking Kaido and Shanks over here, bro. You can't. You can't. You can't be a buggy.
Am I Kaido?
Yeah, I want to be Shanks, so you're Kaido.
In my head, I was thinking that. Like, in my head, I was the whole time, like, those Yonkos, like, I'm definitely want to be Kaido.
That's so tight. Oh, I definitely want to be Shanks too. You shitting me?
Yeah,
that's like dope right there.
That's the swag. Yo, that's swag. That's sauce. If you think of so big sidebar for all y'all anime watchers out there, you know Shanks is not the sauce. That boy is the ragu. He is everything you need.
Bro, we got to do a talk about Shanks because it's insane the kind of clout Shanks has, and he's in maybe like 4 chapters of the whole show. Like the whole shit, he's insane. Like he's in the beginning. He's in the beginning,
yeah,
with Luffy. Then he's gone. He shows up again at Marineford 500 episodes later.
Yep.
And then he shows up again 200 episodes later. He's in the show like 4 times.
Yo,
but he's the man.
I thought that he was the main character, honestly.
I wouldn't, son. There could be a very possibility where Shanks would be the main character, and we follow Shanks on his Yonkos journey, doing whatever he wants, partying and shit.
I would be down for that.
Hell yeah. I'd be down for a side story of that. Hell yeah.
Side story. So back to the matter at hand. Fire Force.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna probably pronounce this guy's name incorrectly, but is it Shirani?
Yeah. The main character?
Yeah.
Shinra.
Yeah. Shinra. I have it spelled, and I try to like have the pronunciation of it, but I always am terrible with people's names.
Yeah.
So one, I love how he starts off this joint. Like, I love the first episode, and the boy was ready to get down to business instantly.
Yeah, bro.
Yo,
he's about it.
He was about that action.
Yeah.
Like, this boy, what is it, Black Air Force energy?
Yeah,
like,
facts.
You know, he really did. But nah, he really came through. So I'm watching it, and they roll up. The guy, like, explodes, turns into Inferno. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, what is going on? People are just turning into demons. And then I got kind of like a Blue Exorcist feel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please don't be like Blue Exorcist. And then I saw the crosses and the sister, and I'm like, please don't do it. Like, so I almost lost right there. I almost lost it, but then the boy, how do you say his name again? Shinra. He just was about it. Yeah, he was like, all right, this looks like fun. I'm like, yes.
He's so sick.
That was crazy, but I like how Shinra he has that weird quirk where he smiles when he's nervous.
Bro, that's the most interesting thing about him, bro.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I'm going to talk about, because that shit is so interesting, bro.
Right?
That shit is so tight. Like, that's my favorite part about his character, is just that little fact, and what that shit can, like, that shit, like, is like a drop in the puddle, bro. And what can stem from that little thing is insane.
Right? Like,
it's so interesting.
That's what I was thinking. It made me feel like he had the ability to kind of like My Hero, smile, and like, I want to smile. I want to be the hero with the smile, you know, to make people feel safe.
Yeah.
And that kind of made people feel safe. Like, you get that feeling when he does his first fight for the with the wife at the factory. Yeah. And that's still episode 1, right? Or that's 2?
I think that might be 2. I'm not sure.
That might be 2.
It's still early on, though.
Yeah. And the guy comes up and he's smiling and he's nervous, but the guy thought he's like, thank you so much. And then you kind of get thinking, like, is he still nervous or is he happy? Like,
yeah, bro, it's crazy. The whole smiling shit is so wild. It's really fucking crazy.
And I like how people don't. So there's people who have powers and people who don't have powers. And I'm not far enough to where they like diverge into that enough or explain that yet. But I know that Captain Obi,
mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any powers, but he trains like a champion, and he had all the weights. So that kind of pulled me back in as a personal trainer. I'm like, this boy is out here flexing. And I like how they have that like position, or they filled that role of the person who works out his body. And I feel like that is a thing that a lot of animes do, and they kind of enforce. And as a trainer, I really love how they incorporate that that it doesn't matter what your power is, as long as you can train your body. And weirdly enough, as like a trainer and a health professional, they have a really good formula. Like it seems gigantic at the time. Like, oh, I do 2,000 push-ups a day and 2,000 sit-ups, and I squat 600 pounds 20 times a day. At the end of all that, what he's really saying is he has a routine that he sticks to and he's dedicated to, and he does it
every day.
So he sticks to a regimen, and that's what fitness really actually is. It's you stick to a specific regimen every day, and you follow it, and then you see results. So you might not get superhuman results like this boy over here, but you get the same results. So that's what I like. So that's like off on a different tangent, but that guy, he fills that role of just like a leader. Like he doesn't have powers, but he's there. And people respect him. And then you start to hear more stuff about why he's the way he is. And then you get like caught up in his whole thing. You're like, wow, man, like, all right, this guy's like really a good dude. Yeah. He's really trying to be the truth. So I thought that was sick. Like I said, the pyrokinetics and how he wants to be a hero, not a firefighter. That's something I feel like is going to come up in the future of the episodes. Like that gives me goosebumps thinking about it. Because he said it multiple times. His mom's like, I want to be a hero. And then he's like, I want to be a hero. And every time someone says to him, hey, you're a firefighter, he goes, well, I want to be a hero. He never says, I want to be a firefighter. He always like, if I'm a firefighter, if being a hero means that, or what is it? What do you say? He goes, I want to be a firefighter if that means I get to be a hero. Yeah. So it seems like he doesn't even need to be in there.
Yeah. He just wants to save people. Yeah. Shinra just is trying to save people. That's his main objective.
That's a good objective, man. So I fell in love with that character like off the rip. Bro,
I love him. The way to get me into animes is having a good main character. That's how you hook me, because I watch a shitty show for a good main character. I watched a lot of Sword Art Online because I like Kirito's character. Mm-hmm. So that's how you get me.
So I'm gonna let you hit this, but before I go, I just have to also say this last part because I don't want to just ramble too far on, because I know you have a whole thing you want to say on him, so I don't want to ruin it.
It's not that long, but I got a little stuff to talk about Shinra.
You got a little stuff?
Yeah.
So this son, Shinra, is so damn swaggy, bro. His first fight scene was him breakdancing.
Yeah, dude.
Boy threw up, like, if you want to talk to me about some OG status, this man, bro, he really pop locked and did some breakdancing shit.
Hell yeah. Man pop locked and dropped it crazy.
That was so insane. I saw that and I rewatched it 3 times. I watched it. At first I couldn't have my mind. I was like, my mind is blown. This boy just did a full windmill spin on his head and kicked the boy. And I was like, young Sammy VinSmoke, like young Sanji, young Sanji. Like, but damn, this kid has swag. Like boy's dripping.
It's fucking insane. He's so tight.
So I'll let you run with it.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna talk about Shinra, but first I'll give a little, for anyone who doesn't know what Fire Force is even about. I'll give a little like TLDR of like the main setup for the story. So it takes place in Japan, in a Japan where like this incident called the Great Disaster happened, and this disaster basically it just had the entire world covered in flames. Most nations got destroyed, and most of the planet was deemed to be like inhabitable, whatever. So like as time went on, like people started building it, making it habitable again. And that was like 250 years, I think, before the present year that it takes place in. So the present year we're in is year 198. So like in this, as Deion was saying, there's these firefighters who are in these special brigades that deal with people who spontaneously human combust, and they're called infernos. So these people will randomly just burst into flames, and they're obviously dangerous. So these firefighters handle these incidents or whatever. And Shinra, the main character, is one of these firefighters. But Shinra is a third, and he's talking about pyrokinetic. So Shinra has the ability to light his feet on fire. So that's why he was breakdancing. He uses kicks like Sanji, shit like that. So he's a pyrokinetic. He's a third generation pyrokinetic. So I'm not sure if like the later on the generations go, the more powerful you are, or whatever the case may be. But it's said that he's a third generation. They always make a distinction of like what generation they are. So he's a third generation pyrokinetic, and 12 years from when the main story is, his house had a fire and it killed his mother and his younger brother. So he lost his family. And due to this trauma, he develops a habit where he smiles during these tense situations. And that shit is so interesting because it's not his genuine smile. Because after the first episode, they show you when he gets complimented by, I think, the chief, he has that little smile and he blushes. That's his genuine smile. But the one where he does in like 10 situations, where his teeth are like jagged and all types of shit like that. So that shit is super interesting. And because of this smile, he gets mislabeled as like a demon or a devil because as these terrible things were happening to him, he's smiling through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's something that was like my favorite part of that.
Yeah, that shit is insane. So just think like what kind of like thing that would do to your like psyche or like his mental state, bro. So he's obviously gone through a traumatic thing. His only way to cope with losing his entire family was him having this kind of demonic jagged teeth smile. But because that's his only coping method, he's mislabeled as a demon and looked down upon as someone who's like bad or evil or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm. And you know what I was thinking about too, like his just to like interject that, his grandmother even called him a devil.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's mislabeled because of the smile.
Yeah.
So like it's just insane to like think about like how he's able to go on and do like everything he does with like everyone like not really understanding him and not really like really helping him deal with whatever he went through. You know what I mean? Like that's a super traumatic thing. And not only that, he lost his family in a fire and then he controls fire. So just imagine that the thing that took your family away, you have to see and use every single day. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like it's fucking crazy. It's so like, oh my God, he's such a good character. I'm only 8 episodes in and he's already like so interesting just from like, it's not even a big thing. Like, I don't think him smiling thing is meant to be like a huge character thing for him. But it's just so interesting, like, what can stem from that little coping mechanism that he had to develop to deal with his trauma.
No, that's big facts for real.
Bro, it's insane. God, yeah, so that's all I really had to talk about. It's just super interesting, just how that he's just mislabeled and like the perception of him is just so different. Like even his family's calling him a demon, and he's just trying to deal with like terrible things that are happening to him.
That's and he's. I wonder why they call him a devil. Like no one else who's a like.
I think it's because of the smile. I think it's because of the smile that he's mislabeled as a kind of like devilish kind of person. Like even his nickname is like the Devil's Footsteps or Devil's Footprints or something like that.
Yeah, but what is why though? Why did
I'm
he
not
catch
sure.
that? Why is he catching that heat?
I honestly think it's because of the smile. Because like you said, I don't think there's any other pyrokinetics that people like be calling like devils and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's just only him. It's just the mislabeling of that shit from when he was young. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is extra crazy.
Yeah, dude. He's fucking tight. He's so tight.
Oh, so I have in big caps over here. He kicked Shorty in the chest when he was in that first fight, and he kicked that in the chest. I was like,
clean in the chest, right in the sternum, bro. Clean.
Jeez, man. But so that's so I'm feeling that, is this like, how new is this anime? I didn't go too deep into figuring out like the time and the date of when it was released.
I was on the Wikipedia earlier today and I looked at it, but I can't remember. But it's relatively new. I think it might have started in like maybe like 2017, because I think it's gotten like 22 volumes already. Okay. Actually, I can look on Shonen Jump to see on my phone to see like how many chapters it's been.
All right. So while Sam's doing that, I kind of just wanted to bring out they have many takeaways from other animes in there in the anime themselves. So they have like Knight Arthur. And he has a sword Excalibur, which the sword is actually pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's like a lightsaber. Shit is tight.
Yeah, he has the plasma sword.
Yeah.
Now, it kind of makes me wonder why he can have the sword. And do these people have like limited abilities based upon how much fire they can use? Now, that was something I was trying to pick up. Can Arthur only use his fire in a very targeted way? Whereas the reason why Shinra is really strong is because he can generate a great volume of fire. And does that change based upon the person?
I guess. I'm not really sure. I assume the fire you're able to use is based on like what kind of pyrokinesis you have. Like Shinra can't shoot fire from his hands. It's literally only the bottom of his feet. Whereas that like there's other people, I forgot the girl, but like she like has fireballs and shit like that. She makes like little animated fire things. But so that's her.
But she can't but she can't actually make the fire. She can control.
She can just animate it, right? Or control it or something like that. Yeah.
So she can control their fire.
Yeah.
But she can't make her own.
Yeah. So I guess it's just based like whatever it is, just based on like what your power is.
Okay.
I'm not even sure. I don't even know if Arthur has fire powers. I thought it was just the sword that he has. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he makes, because I remember Obi said that he can control, like he goes, wow, you really condensed your fire into such a into its plasma state.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they explained it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quick though. He just kind of gave him some mini daps on it. He goes, yo, bro. You know how main captain characters be doing that, just like throwing out mini props like, hey yo man, that's kind of cool that you can do that. That's really talented, but you suck.
Yeah, big facts.
Oh, so that sword's dope. But I don't like how I don't know if I like the play on like the knights and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, we'll see, because we haven't even like, I know where I'm at. Where episode 8, I think we started hearing stuff about like these different knights. Yeah. But I don't know if we met any of them yet. Like I can't remember.
Okay. Because I got to 4 and now I found out that the fire squads have like some hidden motives and stuff, and there's different things going on. So I'm really like excited to see how far that goes.
Yeah.
But so the other question I wanted to ask you, is this a super sexualized anime? Because
I don't think so.
Because in the 4th episode, the one girl like literally got felt up by Shinra on accident.
Oh yeah, the brown girl, right? Yeah, I know. That's just mad funny though.
Yeah. She's like, "Oh, my dress! Like, why does this happen?"
Bro, I don't think so. That's the only thing I remember. I mean, you gotta think like these animes, they always have moments like that.
Oh yeah,
there's always gonna be like little pervy shit. These Japanese niggas be like that.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking like some are super sexualized too, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And
Food Wars is super sexualized. Like the beginning of Food Wars, every time someone eats like a piece of food, all the clothes burst off.
Yeah, see?
Literally, all of it.
Imagine if you lived a life where that actually happened. Like,
bro, if you ate good food on your clothes, it's not even the girls too; it's the guys. Like, there's a scene where like it's an old man, like he's like the director of the school, and he eats a good food, and his whole shit just comes off. Boom, he's in a loincloth, just chilling, mad buff, OD buff, just sitting there like that shit was good, bro. I'm like, that's just comedy.
That's funny. I was just thinking, no one Gucci stock would fall so fast if your clothes just kept exploding every time.
Hell
I
yeah.
ain't spending no $2,000 on a t-shirt for it to
Exactly.
explode off because I taste
you can only eat that wear that shit at home. When you eating normal food. You're eating normal food, your shit won't fucking burst off. You can't go to a restaurant with that shit.
Oh man. Yo, so talking about food and clothes bursting off, because Princess Habana, she was like the female princess of the Force 5.
Yeah, the brown girl.
Yeah. Yo, I don't know what vibe I got from her, man. I got some like real dark vibe, and when she touched down in the fight scene against Shinra,
yeah,
she had she stopped time for a second, right? Like they did the I'm trying to think what it is. The standard black and white just freeze frame where she touches, time stopped. Now, is she on some next level? Like, is that what that meant? Is she next level gen, like pyrotechnic? Like,
nah, I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't really fucking remember. That's a long time since I watched that shit.
Bro, she set this dude up with a genjutsu. She looked at him and he fell.
She has some shit with her eyes. I think they might explain like her backstory in like one of the next episodes, because they explain like what happened to her. Like she knows that nun that's in Shinra's company or whatever. Yeah. Like they know each other. So they explain like how they know each other or whatever the case may be.
Okay, because I'm just saying, is her backstory gonna be she killed her whole clan and had to be a
bro? Maybe you never fucking know some fucking Itachi shit. You never know, bruh.
She kind of had the Itachi vibe. I'm not front. She looked at Shinra. He dropped. He said, "What did you do to my body?" She laughed. She's like, "Kiss my shoe."
That shit is tight. I think I'm gonna. I don't know if they said it yet, but I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure her eye power is that she can just put out fires with her eyes.
Oh. All right.
So I think when Shinra tried to like fire jet to her, she looked at his feet, put the fire out, he just fell on his face. I think that's what happened. I don't remember. Like, I haven't watched episode like 4 or whatever in a long time.
I don't know.
But I think that's what I think that's what her power is.
That'd be kind of. I was like so excited to see the other characters that come out, because they already showed the Special Forces 1 captain who's like quote unquote saved Shinra. Yeah. Which I'm thinking there's something behind that. Like, you know, that seemed too coincidental.
Sus.
Yeah, that was very sus.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like so much was jam-packed in these 4 episodes, and I'm so excited to like watch.
Yeah, that's a good thing about these seasonal animes, I mean, is that they cut all the fat, bro. They give you everything that's necessary. So there's always a lot of information, a lot of shit going on in these episodes. So they only have so much.
Yeah, you know what? I totally forgot that this was a seasonal joint, not like the standard, you know, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of filler. It seems honestly like
seasonals barely have filler. They might have one episode of filler like in the middle between mini arcs or whatever. Like I know My Hero does that shit. They'll have the 12 episode mini arc. They'll have a filler and then the other arc to end the season or whatever.
Yeah. So do you like seasonal better, or are you a fan?
It honestly depends on the anime. Like I think seasonal is the better format 100%. Because when it's weekly, they have to put filler so they don't catch up to the manga, because they're always dropping constantly. Yeah. So they have to build that gap with filler to give it space so they don't catch up. Whereas seasonal, they drop like 2 arcs in a season. Whereas the manga's still going on, then they drop one of the 2 arcs next year, and it's still going on. And they don't have to put no fillers. There's, like I said, they cut all the fat. It's just everything you fucking want.
I kind of think I enjoy that more. I'm not gonna lie.
Seasonal, I think, is definitely the better format.
I would definitely put my money on seasonal for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yo, before we go further, big shout out, happy birthday, B.
Oh, appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, for everyone who's listening, Sam's birthday was the day prior to the recording of this podcast.
Yeah, they're a big 2-8, bro. Sheesh.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Yeah, bro.
Except for I don't think I'm even 28. I might be though.
No, nigga, shouldn't you turn 28 in December?
I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. I figured, like someone's like, "How old are you?" Like that'd be how I'd get arrested or like proven I'm not myself. They'd be like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, Shit.
25.
Like, yo, what year is it? Like 2020. I'm like minus 10 to 20, 26. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, my heart.
That's too funny.
I'm like, why? That's funny though. But yo, good shit, man. So I just had to say that before we even move on. Everyone's got to know, man.
Word.
So that kind of leads us into our next jump off, though, that I'm really thinking about too. What put you on to anime? Like, so for everyone who was listening to this, Sam put me on the Fire Force. I did see some like TikToks about it, and they were saying how it got no love and how people really didn't like it, and it was like a slept-on anime. And I really didn't hear about it too much because I've been in the realm of like, you know, the My Hero, the Attack on Titan. I've been watching Black Clover like nonstop.
Yeah.
One Piece, obviously, and there's another one I've been trying to keep up with too, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that. So that's kind of, Sam put me onto it. He said, yo, you'll love the main character. So I didn't just jump off the wave. I really didn't care how it opened up. I gave it its fair shot because Sam obviously gave it the thumbs up and said it was good.
Yeah, for sure.
But when it comes to me like watching new anime, I feel like as an anime buff, or they call them weebs now, right?
Yeah.
I search out a lot of anime. I try to check new animes. I go on the Netflix, the Hulu, the Crunchyroll, see what's like trending. I try to follow anime personalities, people on Twitter, and like see what they're saying is good.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of anime fight scenes, like most disrespectful moments in anime, which brings you into watching the whole season because you're like, wow, this guy got really like slapped like that. Like, like I think what got me to watch Black Clover was one of like most disrespectful moments in anime, and it was the scene that we talked about last time where their whole squad rolled up on Langris.
That shit is so tight.
And boy, the cherry berserker goes, "Yo, we're gonna kill you!" Like
straight up, bro. Like move an inch, and you're not gonna have a head anymore, bro. Let's keep it 100.
Yo, he was big capping on it. He's like, "Yo, real talk, G. You breathe." Like I'm gonna start calling that Mike Guy. Honestly, for all the anime people out there, I'm gonna start calling that term Mike Guying you. He got Mike Guyed. He goes, "You breathe, I'm punching you. You look away from me, I'm punching you. You pray in your head, I'm punching you." And then the dude moved his pinky and got to that Mike Guy is the original G for that. Do you remember that scene?
I do, yeah. I couldn't forget that shit. That shit is raw. That shit is raw as fuck.
He said, "You move, I'm punching you. You breathe, I'm punching you. You think about running, I'm killing you." So I'm sorry. When I say punch you, he said kill you. He said, "I'm killing you." And the guy moves his pinky slightly, and he got demolished. Like,
bro, that shit is crazy.
God, so they might guide him heavy, and I was like, "Yeah, I gotta watch this because if that scene's in there, there must be some other crazy stuff."
Facts, big facts.
So I feel like as a person who I am, I tend to look to search for it. I gotta give big shout outs to Toonami though for really putting me on the anime. Is that the guy's name? Is his name Toonami?
Oh fuck, nah, I forgot his name.
What's the robot? Yo,
I forgot his name, bro.
I feel like we're not true weebs now because we don't actually know.
Bro, I think it's Tom. It's Tom, right?
Yeah, it might be Tom. I don't know.
I think it is Tom. Let me fucking. Bro, I think it is Tom, dude.
I hope so. Well, he's the originator. He put me on a.
Yeah, it's fucking Tom, bro. Toonami Operations Module, Tom.
Yo, Tom really put me on the anime. But the way I do it now is, I have a good network of people who I chill with, who watch anime, and it seems to never end. It always seems like once I put one anime down, another one comes back, or a new one pops up, and someone tells me, "Yo, G, yo, Deion-Deion Chopper, you gotta go." You gotta go. Yo,
Deion-Deion Chopper, bro. That's so funny.
That's so.
We just gotta find out a name. We gotta just find out a way to fuse your name with Kaido.
No,
that's what we have to do.
I would love that, except for Chopper's my favorite One Piece character.
Gotcha.
And I just think his hat's gangster. and he's like chilling. He's a reindeer, even though he has like the most pointless fruit of all time. That's another conversation. Honestly, I don't
know. It's fruit actually does a lot for him though as a reindeer.
Yeah,
like as a reindeer, him getting the human fruit does a lot for him as a doctor. Like he basically is like super smart now. He can like use his hands and shit. Like,
but that's what I mean. Like when there was a human fruit, like if a human ate the human fruit, does that mean that you became a more human? Like
yeah, but if you were just different models, because like say Sengoku, the Marine guy, has a human fruit also, but it's model like Buddha. Oh. So he becomes a giant Buddha. So there's different, like Chopper just got the basic human fruit. There might be like a human fruit model ogre, and you become like a giant ogre. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. I thought the gold Buddha I thought that he ate the gold fruit.
No, the gold fruit is the guy from the movie. The guy I'm talking about, Sengoku, is in the Marines with the glasses and the afro.
Yeah, he ate he's not the gold Buddha.
Yeah, it's human fruit model gold Buddha. Like mythical shit, yeah.
Oh my god. My brain.
Random One Piece fact I just know off the top of my head.
I needed that because Chopper's like the throwback. So I would love to be the Kaido, but I think that Deion Chopper is just where I want to be in my life. If I'm gonna have an anime personality, it would be that. But yeah, what got you? Like, how do you find new anime? Like, is there a secret tech you have?
Nah, I just see like whenever a new season's coming out, I always see like what's dropping. Like when Fire Force season dropped out, a lot of like new shit I wanted to watch came out. Like Dr. Stone came out in the same season. Fire Force is in the same season. Rise and the Shield Hero is the same season. So like, depending on what's coming out, I always look to see like what looks interesting. If I watch it or not, it's up to it. Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But I'll do that. I'll see what people are talking about, because the reason I picked up Berserk, I started reading Berserk, was because I saw everyone talking about that shit. I'm like, oh well, I gotta read this shit then, because everyone and their mother is talking about this shit.
Mm-hmm. Berserk is good.
Yeah, I'm taking it slow. I read like one chapter every 3 days because I know if I get addicted, it's gonna be a problem. So I'm on chapter like 6.
That's funny. So is it different for you? Like, because you read the manga, like, do you get exclusive drops and previews like sent to you, or like information?
Nah.
No.
It just depends. It's just the mangas usually are ahead. So if I'm caught up in the manga, I'll know more information. But other than that, not really.
All right, because I know when movies and TV shows are trending, it's because like it just drops, right? But I was wondering if it's different for manga. Like if you're on a website that has like most read manga, it's pretty much up to date, so it would be whatever people read the most, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like if you go on Shonen Jump app, they'll show you like what came out last week or what people are reading or whatever the case may be.
So that seems like it's more of a true testament to how good an anime will be. I guess it's not an anime, but like kind of like it shows like what ones would be better, because you'll get a real identifier of who reads it more often. So it'd be like whoever gets the most clicks kind of makes more sense than whoever watches like the new anime that just drops, you know?
Yeah, but you gotta think like the new anime that are dropping are the best mangas that are out, because only the best mangas get animated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a ton of manga that never get animated because they're not like, I won't say they're not good because I never read them, but like they're not like the demand, or they're not popular, or they're not taking off. So that's what it is. So it's tough because even like you're saying, like say animes gets something's animated and people don't watch it. That's like the top mangas. Okay. And so people aren't even watching the anime of the top mangas. You know what I mean? Because only the top ones are getting animated.
So the top ones are the gauntlet. Like you get sent to the gauntlet. And if you don't
for sure.
Well, then you're not as good as these other ones.
Yeah, and it takes a while for shit to get animated. Like I looked it up. Fire Force came out in 2015. It didn't get animated until like last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it takes a while for it to get animated. You know.
Yeah. Nah. I was thinking about stuff like that. It's just like what's the best way to find the best? Is there like a Twitter? Is there like a Twitch?
There's website. I know there's a website called like Anime News Network or some shit like that. I see it on Twitter all the time, where they have like news about what anime is dropping. There's also, if you want to know, there's a Twitter guy called Yonko Productions who does a lot of like like announcing animes and shit like that, and like talking about like directors or shit like that. So he's a good one to follow also for like upcoming shit.
Okay.
So that's a shameless plug for that guy because he does good shit.
That's good. See, I always like doing that. I feel like that comes back tenfold when you plug people who you feel confident in and you use their stuff.
Yeah,
it's definitely adds to what it shows that of a person of you. You know, I've never been one for like I'm gonna monetize my whole body and like no one can ever. I can't help anybody.
Yeah, bro. That's just I'm always talking about like give people the credit they're due. Like if he's doing good work, like let niggas know, like, hey, this guy's doing good shit. Like you should, if you're into this, do that. Go follow him or whatever. Yeah.
Go show love, B.
Yeah. That's
how we roll. So
big
I mean, so you guys, everyone kind of got a little in-depth dive into how we as people check out anime, learn about animes, read, bring stuff up. I mean, I kind of do that a lot too, you know, just like try to feel out what the Twitter verse is saying, see what is trending, and I go for it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Twitter's a big one, bro. To know what's popping, Twitter's a big one, because if shit's popping off, you'll fucking know on Twitter for sure.
Yo, go to I mean, I don't know if I want to make a Twitter for the podcast, but we could.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I think we can just keep it to ours. So we should just plug our joints in here. So you want to do that? All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Sam. You plug yours first.
Twitter.com/Sammy VinSmoke.
And you can find me at twitter.com/activegamer_fit. You know, because that's how I roll. I'm an active gamer and I'm fit.
Big friends.
So follow us by our names. Sadly, I don't think I'll ever make a Twitter called Deion-Deion Chopper, but I should take that off the market though, right? I should not let anybody else ever have that.
I don't know if someone's gonna take that, bro. That might be like in your pocket forever.
Bro, I'm gonna do it tonight, and then I'm gonna try to find a graphic designer to make a self-portrait of me with the chopper hat on.
and
that will I'm doing. Mark my words right now, guys. I'm doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am taking this down. So on that, I mean that's all I got. Do you have anything else to add, Sam?
Nah, that's it. Well, guys, it was been fun. Another episode here. We out of here. Thanks for listening, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.